Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean, Stacking the Money Green. And as always, give me a follow over on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And the Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use our promo code JUICE, and $10 bet turns into $200 in free bets if either team scores a touchdown. Restrictions apply. Hey, what's happening? All right, let's talk about it. 1 and 2. Could be better, could be worse. I feel like that's how most gambling nights go, where you're like, all right, didn't go over, didn't have a winning night, but close. We were hanging around. All right, so 1 and 2, going all hoops tonight, and then back to NFL college football coming up for the weekend. Hey, random aside, if you're a Texas A&M fan or Ole Miss, any chance you're going to that Texas A&M game this Saturday? I will be there, hanging out, doing some tailgating. So if you're going to the game, hit me up in the Betting Pros Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. I know there's a bunch of huge college football fans, so always down to meet some DJers in person, aka Daily Juicers. All right, let's get it going. First off, we got the Montreal Canadiens. They lost 3-1. Although really it was 2-1. I think they pulled their goalie at the end there. 2-1 for the majority of the game. I mean, that's what we were worried about, right? And I say we, I mean me, was slightly worried about Montreal's offense not being able to take advantage of the Wild's lack of defense, and just they were letting up a ton of goals. I thought there was a little bit of value there as a plus 160 dog. Unfortunately, didn't come through. R.I.P. the Canadiens. Although, great poutine. Man, if you've never been up to Montreal, that city likes to have fun, and poutine is legit. Shout out to the Daily Juicers north of the border. I know there's a bunch of good-hearted Canadian folks listening to the show. Appreciate the support. Hey, Warriors, they got their butts kicked, 134-105. Although, watch that game. They were in it for the majority, or at least the first half. It was definitely a game. And then the third quarter, just things completely unraveled. Klay Thompson got ejected. It's kind of the beginning of the end there. And 7 technicals in that third quarter. It ties an all-time NBA record for technicals in a quarter. Things got chippy. I mean, I'm really excited, 1, to see that kind of chippiness in the NBA regular season, and 2, looking for the rematch. So when Phoenix goes to play in Golden State there, a.k.a. the Bay Area, I'm going to have that game circled because I think I liked what I saw as far as the chippiness, aggressiveness. Didn't like the result. I mean, but again, these games can kind of get away from you there. But how about the Pels? Not only covering the spread, they also won outright. I was kicking myself because I was going back and forth. Do I do the points? Do the money line? What's the injury situation? Some of these NBA games, it is a little difficult the night before because you're waiting, and then people checked in. Feel free to hit me up on Discord. I said, hey, even with Ingram and Zion out, I still liked it. I obviously like getting the more points. I think I ended up closing 6-ish, depending on where you got it. And I was going, should I have done the money line? Of course I should have, but I'll be honest, that last possession when the Mavs had the ball down 2, I go, oh man, thank God I have the points. And then I was just rooting for them to take a 3, because then either way, we are cash city. I was just dreading the moment where they get to overtime and then somehow cover the number. That's just worst case scenario. So that didn't happen. That was the sole win. But hey, looking to stack some wins when it comes to the NBA. Hey, speaking of the NFL, you want to stack a win yourself, get a Brandon Ayuk autographed jersey. That thing would look great in a man cave. YouTube.com/bettingpros. Hit subscribe, comment on the video, and you're automatically entered to win an autographed Brandon Ayuk jersey. Turn the notifications on, because again, if you win the jersey, you want to be able to collect your jersey. Right? It's really that simple, people, because that's how we try and contact you, is through YouTube. So again, turn the old notifications on. All right, I got some notifications. Ding. Ben Simmons stinks. That's my notification. Nets at the Bucks. Bucks minus 3.5. You can get over at BetMGM. Got to lay a little bit more at minus 115. I'll take the 3.5, or I'll say I'm laying the 3.5. I'll take the minus 3.5 in this situation. Any team that Ben Simmons is on, I'm looking to bet against, especially on the road. I mean, that's when things get tough, and now you're going on the road. I love fading this Nets team right now. Second road game in a row for the Nets, and the Bucks have looked good early. They're still without Middleton. But still, 2-0. They had a nice win in Philly, unfortunately for my Sixers. I think the Bucks are pretty motivated. I mean, really, besides the comical fate of Ben Simmons, whatever sort of weird chemistry is going on, you put Simmons and Claxton out there, you just don't have much offense, and the ball kind of sticks. It's easier to defend. And on the other side, okay, hey, Ben Simmons can't shoot. Big deal. It kind of is a big deal that he can't shoot. And he hasn't been making up for it on the defensive end. Nets defense has really struggled. 27th in both half court and transition points per 100. Picked that up over at the Action Network, that little nugget there. And really, to beat this Bucks team, you're going to need to be able to close out and play good three-point defense. I just don't imagine this Nets team doing it on the road. And in general, the Bucks are a pretty solid regular season team. They're going to get up for this, like them laying 3.5. Speaking of my Sixers, I'm doing it. Going chalky, going homery here. Danger. Sixers pick at the Raptors. You can get that right over on DraftKings. It's a pick. I'm taking it. Give me the Sixers. Raptors have had a brutal schedule to start so far. Road, the number of games, who they're playing. They've played top-tier teams. They've been traveling all over the place. Had some games down in Miami. And the rough schedule is not helping their injury situation. As of tape time, Scotty Barnes, questionable. Otto Porter Jr., doubtful. Again, if Scotty Barnes plays through it, I don't think he's going to be 100% from what I was reading. So either way, I like the matchup for the Sixers. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm jumping ahead here. But I almost called him Jock Peterson. Doc Rivers is kind of coaching for his job. I think early on when the 0-2 start, the flames started to heat up. Now, I know Morey is not a quick trigger guy when it comes to coaching. He's just like, hey, it doesn't matter who coaches. We have numbers to coach. We'll let the computer coach the team. I think coaching matters. I know Morey does it as well. But, man, I know Doc is just looking to avoid a horrible start. Getting a win here kind of calls off the hounds a little bit for the Sixers situation. And I think they got a little bit of their confidence back. They were off to a rough start, again, 0-2, but Harden has looked really good on offense, and that's why James Harden is there. Embiid, of course, playing through something. Looks like he maybe plantar fasciitis. I don't know. I think this is just a get-right spot for them. They also, I think that blowout win over Indiana got some of their confidence back, got the first dub in the standings, and now you're going to play a Raptors team who you know you can beat, right? Beat them in the playoffs 4-2. You know you can match up well against them, and there's either no Scotty Barnes or a Scotty Barnes that isn't 100%. Either way, I like the Sixers at the pick. Last but not least, I mean, we got to fade the Lakers, right? Lakers at Nuggets. Give me the Nuggets -6 over on DK. Denver, again, always a tough place to play. Who knows what they're conditioning like for this Lakers team. And you're going up high elevation right away. I think that's going to be tough. Maybe there's a world where the Lakers kind of feel embarrassed from their rough start and they go 100% and really show up. But, like, who? I obviously, they have LeBron and AD, but man, even AD is like settling for jump shots. That hasn't been pretty so far. And especially when you're playing at elevation, again, if you've ever played pickup basketball, if you're dogging it, what do? You settle for long shots, you settle for threes. And the problem is the Lakers are dead last in 3-point percentage. And it's not even close. I understand this is a small sample size, and yeah, it'll probably regress back a little bit, but right now, they are dead last in 3-point percentage by a wide margin, 29th. The Timberwolves are 8.5% better. That is crazy. To be an NBA team and shooting, 21% from behind the arc? That is really bad. It's kind of historically bad, and I think you got to fade the Lakers here, especially until we see something out of this Lakers team. You got to fade them because they're historically bad. I mean, not historically bad at NBA, but historically bad by Lakers standards, and certainly historically bad by LeBron James standards. This thing is about to go sideways fast. And then on the other end, Denver off to a solid start, or decent enough. I think this is a good spot for them. Get some of their confidence going. looking really good in effective field goal percentage. Second in the league, 57.7%. Again, I always like taking a team like the Nuggets at home, especially early on in the season. I like it for, the same reason you like the Broncos. Well, a normal Broncos team early on in the season. The NFL is like their conditioning isn't up to par. Like these guys, there's no preseason really. I mean, there is, but you know what I mean? Like these guys, even someone like LeBron who prides himself on staying in shape, these guys kind of play themselves into shape as the season goes along. 82 games, long season. It's easy to dog it early on in the season in Denver. Look for them to fall apart there in the second half. So for the picks, give me Nuggets -6. Give me the Sixers as a pick 'em, and give me the Milwaukee Bucks -3.5 at home. Hey, follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Of course, BetMGM.com, promo code JUICE. Get in over there. Bet $10, get $200 if either team scores a touchdown, and free bets. Good for college and pro. And what else? Yeah, check out my other show, Sports Gambling Podcasts. Got NFL, college football coming up for the weekend. And yeah, hit me up in the Discord. I'm always lurking there in the Daily Juice channel. Always down to answer questions, talk picks, talk bets. Let's go, baby. You know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.